Hello everybody, today we're going to be doing MLB News number 18. This is my series where I'm talking about the MLB news going on in this offseason. This is my 18th episode of that. If you do like this video, hit that like button down below. Let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree with any of these signings or any of these big, just things that went on, big acquisitions, basically since just these new transactions. So we're just going to talk about them today. Hit the subscribe button, we're going to get started here. I'm going to start out with Justin Turner because he's probably the biggest free agent that was left to sign. But basically, Justin Turner is going back to the Dodgers. So basically, Justin Turner, third baseman. He's known for being a really solid third baseman throughout his career. He's been he's an older guy, but for the Dodgers, they kind of were looking for a third baseman. They got him, and I'm kind of surprised by it because now the Dodgers are over luxury tax, and they're going to have to start paying extra money. And, if you're the Dodgers right now, you're in a weird position where it's like you are the best team in baseball without a doubt. And I don't know how much the Dodgers really care about going over the tax limit, but I didn't think they would just because I would have thought they would have either brought up a young prospect or maybe trade some guys. And I do still think that there is a possibility that they do trade one of their starting pitchers like David Price for maybe some more prospects to lose some salary, which I still think is a possibility because right now they are over budget and they have a pretty expensive team. But Justin Turner, good player, gonna make that team better. What else can I say? I mean, the Dodgers are just an insane team, best team in baseball. Oh, also, by the way, I'm still also using my new camera. Got it set up still, so hopefully it looks a lot better like last time. Next up, Justin Wilson is goes to the Yankees. So Justin Wilson, relief pitcher. They have some connection going on. Justin Wilson, he's going to be able to provide innings for the Yankees. The Yankees did lose Tommy Kahnle and Adam Ottavino, and those two are pretty much replaced by Darren O'Day and Justin Wilson. These two are gonna, I think they're gonna really help out the team, and I think Justin Wilson going to the Yankees, he's gonna be a solid bullpen arm. He's gonna be a solid bullpen arm. The Yankees now have like five bullpen arms that they can really count on. Five guys that they're like, hey, we can count on these guys. The back guys can be, hey, backups or whatever if we really need somebody. But they have five really solid guys. Yankees are a good team. They're a scary team. Next up, Kevin Pillar signs with the Mets. So Kevin Pillar, center fielder, he's signing with the New York Mets, and I think this is an interesting deal because the last time in my other MLB news, I was talking about how the Mets signed Albert Almora, center fielder, and I thought that was going to be their main backup. Now they signed Pillar, and I'm not going to say this is a bad deal, but it's a weird deal just because I'm kind of like, okay, now you have Pillar and Almora and Nimmo and Conforto and Smith all in the outfield. You like I don't know what they're trying to do really. It's so many guys who I think all of them deserve a good amount of playing time in the majors. Because they're all decent guys, so I don't know if they're going to platoon or what they're going to do. Interesting signing for the Mets, so will help out their outfield. He's a good offensive bat, so good signing for the Mets. Next up, the Padres signed two bullpen arms in Mark Melancon and Keone Kela. The Padres, I think we can all say this, the Padres have had the best offseason in baseball this year, and probably one of the best off seasons of all time. They just had such a good offseason. They've made like 50 moves this offseason. They have made so many moves. And I thought they were done. I thought they were done after they got Darvish and Snell. Obviously they weren't. They got more guys. They got new young guys. Their offense is insane. Their bullpen is good. Their rotation's good. They are testing the Dodgers right now. And it's so weird because the Padres and the Dodgers, both in the National League West, I think on paper are statistically the best teams in baseball. Like, that is insane. The two on paper best teams in baseball are in the same division because they are just so competitive. Like, the Padres are stacked. The Dodgers are stacked. Getting Mark Melancon, getting Keone Kela, I just don't see them now signing Rosenthal. I just don't see them. If they sign Rosenthal, I don't even know what they're going to do. I don't know how much money they spent this offseason, but they spent a lot. I don't even know if they're overtaxed or what they have. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if they are because they've just spent so much money this offseason. But that team's good. They are really testing the Dodgers. And honestly, I'm getting to the point where I wouldn't be surprised really at all if the Padres get first over the Dodgers. They are just so good. That rotation is nasty. That lineup is disgusting. That bullpen is very solid. They have such a good team. Mark Melancon, he's been a decent bullpen arm. Played with the Braves last year, had a good season. He's been decent throughout his career. Good pickup by them. Keone Kela, another good pickup for the bullpen. He's been a guy who's been, very good these last few seasons. Those are two guys you can trust. Two good pickups for the Padres. Next up, we have Matt Shoemaker, signs with the Twins. So basically, I'm a Twins fan, and Matt Shoemaker is an interesting pickup. I do like it. Not that I don't like it. I do think it's a good move because the Twins, one of their things they're known for is their depth. They have a good offense too. They have a really good offense. But something that's recently been very good for them these last few seasons is depth. They've always had a very filled team. And, getting somebody like Matt Shoemaker to basically be that sixth starter or compete for the fifth is good. Because now you have I can say there's probably 6 starters on the Twins now that are legitimate starters I can trust to at least eat innings, not give up 7 or 8 runs. There's 6 guys now. You have Barrios and Maeda, 2 very good aces, going to be on the rotation for sure. Pineda, who's solid, he's been very solid. J.A. Happ, an earlier pickup they picked up, another guy who I could trust to be in the 4 or 5 spot. And then they had Randy Dobnak, who is penciled in to be their 5 starter. And, I can trust Dobnak. He was really good in his rookie season. This last season, also technically his rookie season, I guess. Decent. His last few starts weren't as good, but his first few starts, he looked really nice. And he's only going to get better. And now you add Matt Shoemaker, who, his biggest thing is his injuries. I think he's going to be a backup option almost, or somebody where they're like, if Domnak or Pineda or Happ get injured, they can bring him in. Or maybe we vice versa. If he's the number 5 starter, Domnak will be kind of that backup for him. Because the thing about Matt Shoemaker is, if he plays a full healthy season for the Twins, he might actually be pretty good. It's just he probably won't play a full healthy season because he's known to have so many injuries. He's never had a bad season. He's never had a bad season besides last year. But even then, minimal plate appearances minimal plate appearances. He's not a batter. Minimal pitching starts. So I think that's kind of interesting for them. Next up, we have C.J. Cron, who's going to the Rockies. Speaking of the Twins, ex-Twin C.J. Cron, first baseman going to the Rockies. I don't know if it's a minor league deal or what it is, but for the Rockies who lost Nolan Arenado, not a bad pickup. He's actually had some good seasons. With the Tigers last year was pretty good. With the Twins, he's been a decent offensive bat. Going to Colorado, he might do better there. Good pickup for the Rockies. I really don't see any downside to this. It was a cheap deal, so good pickup for the Rockies. Next up, we have the Brewers acquire the last big transaction. The Brewers acquire Derek Fisher. Good guy, good outfielder, good backup, type of guy. So I think that's a decent pickup for them. Brewers getting just outfield depth. I don't know what the Blue Jays got back. Blue Jays didn't really need Derek Fisher. They were either going to trade him or Grichuk because they have Gurriel and Teoscar Hernandez and now Springer. They have a good outfield. So trading somebody like Derek Fisher, I think, makes sense. Probably going to pencil him in for the Brewers to be one of their starting outfielders. Maybe their starting left or right fielder. Have Fisher, Kane, and Yelich. Maybe have Avasale in there too. Actually, you'd probably have Derek Fisher be your 4th. You're going to fill in for Ben Gamel. But not a bad pickup for them. Not going to talk too much about it anymore. Next up, catchers and pitchers, or pitchers and catchers. I got to report to spring training tomorrow. So I'm recording this the day before pitchers and catchers report, which is tomorrow. This is pretty much, if we're going by off season. Today is the last day of the off season. After this, we're going to spring training, and the off season it's one of those off seasons where it was the first few months felt so long because nothing was going on. And then this last 2 months have went so fast because of all the moves. The Bauer, the Justin Turner, the Nelson Cruz, the Real Muto, the Springer, the Marcus Semien. All these big deals have went on. It feels like it's went by really fast. So I think Going up. This is gonna be a good, good thing going up for them. Catchers and pitchers are reporting to spring training. Last up, channel upgrades. I put this down because I wanted to make sure I did say this. So because it's the last day of the off season, my next video, that'll be most likely my next video. Might do another MLB news. But my next video is going to be a big video. It's going to be my MLB offseason grades, based on teams. Now, I will say there are still players out there that need to sign, like, big players, You have Trevor Rosenthal, Shane Green. Those are the two, like, big bullpen arms who haven't signed yet. So, it could affect somebody's grading. But I am currently, right now, going to be working on a project coming up for my MLB or my channel, like, off-season grades. And one good thing I will say, so something to keep out, is it will not be on paper. I won't have like it written down. I want to make it a little bit nicer, because like channel upgrades, I'm going to be moving over. I'm not going to say what it is to. It's nothing like super nice or anything, but it is an upgrade. I'm going to try to stay away from the paper just because I did my first season. My first off season of baseball of my channel was on paper. And now I want to start out with my new, basically the MLB, the first year of my actual baseball starting up season. I want to start getting a little bit more advanced. I want to make better production videos for you guys. So I'm going to be producing it on a different platform right now. I will still be using this camera because I do plan to have some videos where I use, I do plan to do some like just videos where I just am talking and I'm not showing any paper. There's been some other videos like that, like the Super Bowl predictions and all that, that if you guys haven't checked out, I mean, the Super Bowl's already over. You already know who won, but if you want to check it out, you can. Go ahead and if you want to. But I'm going to get going now. If you guys like this video, hit that like button down below. Let me know down in the comments. Do you agree? Do you disagree with any of these signings or deals or just anything that happened this offseason? Yeah, just let me know down in the comments. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.